Um, so once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session. And the topic for today's session is, which is the better way to encourage a child? Desirable praise, undesirable praise, or criticism? So we are going to go through this session, and during this session, we are going to use the chat for conversation, and at the end, there will be question answers if you have any. And so today I'm Sonal Jaishekhar with you. So let's start. Yeah. Just a second. Yes. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. So as the topic says, which is the better way to encourage a child? Desirable praise, undesirable praise, or criticism? So I would like to know your opinion. Do you think praise is always helpful to a child in building their confidence? How many of you feel that praise is always developing a child's confidence? Okay. Not always. Well, most of the people are saying that yes, it is not always building a child's confidence. Right. So let's understand praise. Most of the time, praise is considered as a positive thing for a child. Most of the time, it is considered that, you know, when we praise a child, somehow it will help the child to feel good. So let's understand some of the beliefs related to the praise. So the belief says that praise builds up children's confidence and makes them feel secure. But the truth is that praise may result in tension and misbehavior. Why? How can a praise result in tension and misbehavior? Praise is positive. We are praising the child. I'm so sorry. I think I got muted. Okay. Okay. So, so once again, the thing is that the child has to be praised for his efforts. The child has to be praised for the work that he has done. But if the child, I hope I'm audible now. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. So the child has to be praised for his efforts. But if the child is praised for his personality trait or some characteristic of his personality, it can lead to the child tension in the child, and he may misbehave to show that somehow I'm not that good. If you're telling me that you are a good boy, but I'm not good, I can do something which is wrong. So that is there. Next belief says that praise encourages children to do better. Does that always happen? No. As we have already discussed, that it's not always that it will encourage a child to do something better. It can sometimes be discouraging also. For example, maybe the child cooked some good food for you today, and you are saying, oh my God, you are a wonderful cook. Now the child will start thinking, okay, this is for the first time I tried something and I did something good. But am I a really good cook? Now, if my mother is saying I'm a very good cook, so probably next time, if I'm not able to make the dish as good as I made it today, then what will happen? And because of that thought, maybe next time the child will not even, want to cook again, because you have told him you are a good cook. How can the child be a good cook? He has only tried it for the first time. Rather, the word should have been like, you really did well. You have worked hard and you have tried to make this dish in the best way you can. So, a praise is not always encouraging to a child. It can discourage the child also. Okay, so now let's move on to a very important thing: desirable praise versus undesirable praise. What exactly do we understand by undesirable praise? Can anyone help me out with this? How can a praise be undesirable? We are saying that praise is undesirable. How can a praise be undesirable? Okay, unnecessary praise or overdoing it, praising the effort and not the child. Okay, so you mean to say, right. So this is undesirable praise, praising the effort and not the child. Or you mean to say praising the child and not the effort is undesirable praise, right? It does not benefit the child. Correct. If the praise is not benefiting the child, just to make him look good in front of others, very true, very true. Praising the overall personality, yes. Now, these can be undesirable praises. Now, let's understand this through one scenario. Okay, so now this scenario, if you'll see, we have the scenario where there is a boy called Mickey, who's a 10-year-old boy, and he really worked hard to help out his mother to clean up the kitchen, and he threw away all the garbage and cleaned the cupboards and everything, and mother was so impressed with him and she appreciated him. She said, The kitchen was so dirty. You have put in lots of hard work and did an excellent job. And Mickey is very happy and he said, yes, I have done this good job. Now let's see the same situation, but there is a change in mother's reaction. Mother has said, after the cleaning of the kitchen and all, you are a wonderful child. What would I do without you? So, which of the two scenarios do you think is the undesirable praise? The first one or the second one? Yes, the second one. Definitely. The second one is an undesirable praise. And the first one is a desirable praise. Why? Because if you see the first scenario here, the mother is praising the effort that was shown by Mickey. She's telling him that you have put in so much of hard work and you have done it so well. So she is praising the efforts of Mickey. On the other hand, in the second case, we can see that she is actually praising like, you are a wonderful child. Now, obviously, Mickey starts thinking, I have never helped out my mother. She has been asking me to do things, but I never did. But today I did. And she's telling me I am a wonderful child. How is it possible? I have been misbehaving also many a times. But still my mother is saying that I'm a wonderful child. Is it a real praise? Or so the child is confused. So this is an example of undesirable praise, and this undesirable praise can be very hampering for the child, because an undesirable praise is putting an evaluative pressure on the child. The child starts thinking that maybe I am evaluated, maybe I am being judged, maybe my mother thinks that I am a very good boy. But am I really a good boy? Am I doing the way, am I the kind of a person that she's thinking I am? Will I always be able to do that? I have been doing so many mistakes. So how can I be good? So it is somehow showing the unrealistic picture to the child. And so, in fact, it's showing the distorted image of his personality. The child himself knows that I'm not so good. But that is how it is deteriorating for the child. Okay. So now let's understand, how does the process of praise works? What exactly the praise is supposed to do to a child? So let's understand this with another example. Again, here we have Mickey and his mother. So one day, Mickey's mother spent the whole afternoon watching her son play the football, and she liked the way her son played, and she wanted to appreciate his game and the skill that he showed. So she's describing to her child how you have played. So she is telling him, oh, it was such a pleasure to watch you play the football, and especially the last 10 seconds when you goaled. So Mickey is excited. Oh, did you see that? How I goaled, and the last moment I did that. And so, yes, the mother is saying, yes, I could see how you ran, and from your defensive position, you went to the other side and you gave that winning goal. You must be so proud. And Mickey said, yes, I am. The most important point to note here is that what the child is inferring from your praise, that is very, very important. So now if we focus on what all Mickey's mother said, she was actually trying to make him understand that your hard work is being praised. And it is important to know that hard work is something which pays you back, and you should be proud of your hard work. This is what her mother wanted the child to understand, and she has been able to convey this message to Mickey. So, how does a child infers the message? That is very important. It should not be that the child is like being praised to such an extent that the child feels that I am being labeled, I am being tagged as someone very good. And how am I going to show up to that? Will I be able to do that? It can be very embarrassing for me if I'm not able to come up to that level. So that evaluation should not be there. That fear of evaluation should not be there for the child. Okay. So definitely when a praise is given to a child, the words which are being used, the way the sentences are being framed for a child, it's very, very important to understand that how the phrases which are the sentences which are spoken for the child, whether they are helpful or unhelpful. So let us understand this through certain examples, that how some phrases are helpful for the child and how they can be unhelpful. So let's see the first one. It's a helpful praise. Thank you for washing the car. It looks new again. Now, as I have already told, that it is very important that what you are saying and what the child is inferring, it should be same. The child should not infer something which is making him fearful of some kind of evaluation. So the possible inference that the child is making here is that, okay, I did a good job, my work is being appreciated. That's it. Can anyone tell me, like, what can be an unhelpful praise in this situation? What can be an unhelpful praise in this situation? Yes, you're a very good boy. Well, that was not needed. Correct. You're so good at everything you do. Definitely, if this kind of sentences are spoken to the child is not going to get the correct inference. Very correct. Anything that shows dependency on. Very correct. What would I do without you? You are the best. You are the best child. Definitely, these are the unhelpful praises which will not help the child understand what exactly he is supposed to feel, what exactly he is supposed to. Is he really so good? He just did washing of the car after telling him so for maybe for last 1 week. The mother has been telling him and he has washed it now. So how can he be an angel? So that's it. Next example. I appreciate greatly your washing the dishes today. Okay. So the child has helped the mother in washing the dishes. So what is the possible inference the child is getting? What the child is inferring in this situation? Yes, I did the job well. Good. Yes, the child, yes, I have done a good job. So the child knows that my work is being appreciated. The child knows that what I am doing is being appreciated and I am responsible. I am doing my job responsibly. I have done something which was a very responsible way of mine. So the child has inferred that. But in this condition, the unhelpful praise would have been, you did a better job than anyone else. Now that is, I think, an overhyped statement that can be given to a child. And definitely the child will think, how is that possible that I can do any job better than anyone else? Let's see some more examples. The food you cooked was delicious, like I have already told. So the possible inference is I am capable. Now we need to understand that these statements are actually helping out the child to understand certain qualities which are important that the child needs to inculcate in himself. It's giving him confidence of certain things, that okay, I am capable, I am responsible. These are certain qualities which the child is inferring and he will be inculcating in himself. So rather than giving him some unhelpful praise, by giving him the helpful praise, actually these qualities are getting nurtured in the child. He is getting a positive feel about himself. He is understanding the importance of hard work. He's understanding the importance of efforts. He's understanding what is it being responsible means. So this is what gives confidence to the child. So rather than giving him some unhelpful praise like you are such a good cook, a helpful praise will definitely build the confidence in the child. Now, helpful praise. Thank you for telling me that I have given more money to you for your pocket money. I appreciate it very much. So what kind of inference the child is making? What is that quality the child will learn from this particular statement? Sorry, just a second. Yes, I am honest. Honesty is the quality that is learned by the child. The child has learned the value of honesty, how good it is to be honest. Honesty is always being praised. And but if it is directly being told to the child, you are such an honest child, the child would have wondered, how many times have I been honest? I have told a lie to my mother once or twice. So it is important that what the child has done, that needs to be the focus, that needs to be highlighted rather than the quality. Because when we are saying that the child is honest, we are labeling the child that you are having this particular personality trait which the child himself knows that he's not having. So let's move on. Okay, till now we have been discussing about praise. We have already seen that how praise, desirable or undesirable, how it works and how it can lead into a child making certain inferences. But at the same time, criticism is something similar to evaluative praise, where you're evaluating a child or you are criticizing or blaming a child. It's somewhat similar. So now we'll understand what exactly happens when we criticize a child. And let's see this through again one more example. So now this is a scenario where, father and his son, Jojo, he's age 7. They're having a breakfast and Jojo is playing with an empty cup, and the father is there, and father is continuously telling him, you will break it, you are always breaking the things. But Jojo is like, no, I won't break it. And just then, as we all know this can happen, the cup fell down and it broke. Okay, so now what do you think will be father's reaction? Am I audible? Yes. Okay. Okay, I told you so. You never listen. Okay, I knew. Yes. So I knew it. This is how you are going to do. You never listen. This is how you behave. You don't take care of the things, and so on. This is how the answer is going to be. So let's see. Crying out loud. The father says, "You're stupid. You break everything in the house." So what is Jojo's response? And it's alarming also. "You are stupid too. You broke mom's favorite cup." Obviously, the father is so angry. The son calling him stupid. How dare he? You call your father stupid? You're so rude. Now, think about this. The father reacted to the child, labeling him that he is stupid. And now the child thinks that it's okay to say stupid. And he also reacted in the same way to the father. So now how can the son be rude when he himself has been called that? And that's the answer he got. So it is very important to understand what the statement is given to the child. Yes, the child is mirroring what the father is saying. He's not doing anything on himself. Criticizing and using certain words which are hitting like an arrow to the child, to his heart, to his personality, it can be very, very detrimental to the child's mental growth also. So it is very important, rightly said, it is very important to mind the words. It is very important. Yes, Aarti ma'am, very correctly said. It is important to respond and not to react. So how could have father handled the situation? What could have he said to the child which would not have lowered down his morale, which would not have targeted his personality? What change could he have brought in his? Yes, be careful the next time. It's okay. Correct. It happens. Very true. So it is very important that whatever statements are being used, the child should understand the difference between the minor mishaps that can happen in everyday life to some major destruction. And even if it is a major destruction, it is already done. You can't change it. But once you target a child's personality, it can be damaged forever. But many times, knowingly, unknowingly, we we criticize the child to that an extent on minor mishaps. Yes, very correct. Toys are meant to play, not the cups. Yes, that is a solution which can be given to the child, that okay, you have broken, but next time toys are there to play, not the cups. So it is very important for the child to understand that in the life also there can be sometimes that some minor mishaps, something broken, something, maybe it is by mistake. And every time we don't have to react out loud to such things. But if the same kind of reaction is coming out from a broken plate to a broken leg to a shattered window to maybe a broken car door or something, the same kind of reaction is coming. So definitely the child is, first of all, though, he's learning that this is the correct way to react. This is how I should also be reacting. So the same way the child will be reacting next time. And second thing, every time if the child is being targeted that you are careless, you don't know what to do, it is demotivating the child. It is hitting his personality. It is lowering the confidence of the child. So it becomes very, very important that any of such minor things should be pointed out to the child in a very subdued way. It should be a response, not a reaction. Like, for example, if the child said, I lost my book. Now, instead of reacting, oh, you are so careless, you don't keep your things properly, you are always losing things, a very simple reaction can be, okay, so you have lost your book again, not an issue. You have to save your pocket money for this week and you'll buy the book yourself. So the child will learn the value of keeping the things properly. The child will value that, okay, if I lose something, I'll have to get it from my own pocket money. So minding the words is very, very important. Now, many a times when we are criticizing the child, first of all, the criticism it's itself very damaging. And when we are criticizing the child, we are using all sorts of adjectives, which can actually be very, very abusive, knowingly, unknowingly. Sometimes as a parent, I know it, sometimes we are overworked, we are, having some sort of stress, some office stress, some family stress or something. But the words that are being used, they are so abusive for the child that they directly hit his heart, his core of personality. Here are some examples, if we can see. From the time he's born, he's trouble for everyone. My God, how detrimental it can be for the child. He'll think that my birth has been a problem for everyone. Am I that kind of a person? And this is the reason that the child starts developing a negative image of himself. The child started having a low self-esteem. And this is the reason from here onwards, all those things start developing in a child, which can later on in his life make him a completely different person. This is the reason that many of the people who go into becoming some sort of criminals or things like that, they are actually those people who have faced such kind of abusive adjectives in their life. They have been continuously being targeted. Their personality has been targeted. And so finally, they start believing it. They believe that, okay, if you feel this is what I am, and I'll show what I am. She's so stubborn. She does what she wants. She never listens to anyone. Now, we are again and again telling the child that you are like this. You are this. And every time making it more stronger belief in the child that, okay, this is what I am. This is what my mother is telling me. This is what my father is telling me. So, okay, fine. I am like this. So it goes on like a vicious cycle. You tell them, they believe it, then again they'll behave in the same way, then again the same thing, and it will go on and on and on. You're so irresponsible. So these are certain examples that we can see, and you can see the highlighted words, they all are an example of abusive adjectives, telling them you're stubborn, you're irresponsible. It's hitting them very badly. Now, definitely, now many of us can say that, well, it happens that sometimes we are angry. Sometimes, yes, it can be sometimes that the situation is out of control. We are overworked. We can't handle that situation. And the words come out. What to do? Definitely, we all are humans. We have to express our anger sometimes. We can't be always soft spoken good. It happens. But then at the same time, we also have to understand how the anger is supposed to be expressed. So let us understand what exactly, like, anger is supposed to be expressed, but what is the correct way of expressing that anger? So this is an example. If you see, do you think I'm your servant, cooking for you all the time and cleaning, you not doing anything, just busy playing all the time? I hope many of you will relate to this statement. Maybe some or the other time, this statement has been told to the child. Right. Yes, we are overworked. We are fed up of cleaning the houses and, doing all sort of work. And one day that volcano erupts, and this is what comes out. But can there be some better way of this anger expression? Can there be any other way? Yes, I am angry. I have to tell this to everyone that I'm angry. But can there be any better way of expressing this? Yes. So what can that be? How can we express our anger in some different way? Okay, breathing exercise and then react. Time out. Okay. State I'm angry and the reason for anger. Yes. Correct. Stating the problem. Why you are angry. Yes, I'm overburdened with work. I hope you will help me. It makes me angry and tired to be doing things all day alone. Yes, very correct. So the actual, oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just, yes. So actually, the anger should be targeted towards the problem. Actual expression should be when it is like the anger should be expressed in such a way that not exactly telling them that you are lazy, you are not doing it, this thing, I'm fed up of doing all these things. It should be targeted on the actual problem. When I see all these things lying out there, when I see I am alone doing all these things, I get sad, I get angry. I really feel that you should help me out. So the actual expression should be something where the child needs to be told that what exactly do you want. Now here, if you see in this condition, what is happening? The actual expression which is given is there. When I see all these clothes lying on the ground, I get angry, I get furious. So it is actually the clothes which are lying on the ground is making me angry. I feel like throwing them out because they are making the place messy. So rather than telling the child that you are so lazy, rather than pointing out the child that your personality is having a flaw, that you're not able to do some work, and because of that I'm angry, it is important to tell the child that what is the situation and which is making me angry. So when this expression of the correct situation is given to the child will be able to understand. So how you express your emotion, how you express your anger, that is very, very important. Okay, so this is a situation that we had discussed again. Do you think I'm your servant cooking for you the whole day? So the actual expression should be, I feel so sad and indignant when I have to do everything all alone. So you need to express your feeling that I am doing the work whole day alone. And I really sometimes feel that I should also not do. I feel tired, all cooking and cleaning by myself. Then the child will understand that, okay, maybe you need help. Rather than telling the child that, am I your servant? It's somehow not only, downtrodden your image. The child is thinking, oh, everyone's mother does that. Why my mother is saying like that? She's not a servant, but then why is she behaving like that? So instead of telling the child that I'm fed up and you are not doing anything, it is very important that the child should understand why you are feeling sad, why you are angry, because you are tired of doing the work whole day and you need help. So these were certain areas: desirable praise, undesirable praise, and criticism, wherein it is very important how we communicate to the child, how we communicate our feelings to the child, how we express what we want from the child, not targeting the child's personality, not targeting the child's certain characteristics. If we are focusing on the problem, if we are focusing on the 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 actual problem rather than the child's personality, then definitely the child will be able to understand. And not only this, it will help the child build confidence in himself. It will help the child understand the important traits which the child needs to develop. He will understand that, okay, what are the qualities which are needed in me? Honesty, hard work, my efforts are being praised, so this is what I have to do. So instead of targeting his personality, if we really focus on the kind of words that we are using, the sentences we are using, whether they are undesirable praise, whether they are criticism, whether they are in a form of some anger outburst, blaming the child, keeping all these things in mind is very, very important. So that was it. And we have some time left. So if there are any questions or anything from your side. One thing more I would like to add on is that not only handling our own emotions is important, handling the child's emotion is also very, very important. It can happen that many a times the child comes out with an outburst. Now, the child face some situation or something. Now it becomes very important that how we handle the child's anger also. It maybe that's there is some situation in maybe in his school he faced something. Now he's not able to express it, and he's showing that anger in the form of anger. Maybe he's coming in the house, throwing away his things, throwing away the bag. And what do? We start shouting, oh, look at you, how you are throwing away the things, you are messing up the whole place, you are like this. It's very important to understand why the child is behaving in this way. Is there some problem? Let the child state his emotions. Maybe at that time the child is not in a condition to state his emotions. So it's very important to give some time to the child to soothe down, to calm down, rather than pointing out, you are doing this, you are doing that. But when the child calms down, the problem can be asked, so you were angry today, why, what happened? And then probably the child will come out that maybe my friend, he made fun of me in the school, he is or the teacher said something which the child did not like. So in that case, giving the child to calm down and then understanding the problem and stating the problem. Now the child will be able to learn this only when we show them through our behavior. So when we show them that for every situation we don't have to react, but we have to respond, then the child will also learn to respond to the situation. But if as a parent we are showing reactions to the child and we are expecting that the child should not react, well, definitely that's not possible, because this is what the child will reflect in his personality, what we are showing them. Okay, so I think there is some question here. Okay, how to express the same with toddlers of 2 to 3 years old? Oh my God. 2 to 3 years old, definitely, first of all, so they themselves are not able to express themselves very much. But they can understand your expressions, although they may not be having that those large amount of sentences or properly framed sentences or words to express their feelings, but they understand your voice, the tone of your voice, your facial expressions, your body language. Even a child of 1 year age understands all these things. So we have to be very, very careful, rather not only on the words, but what kind of body language we are showing to the child, what kind of tone. Now, are we using a harsh tone with the child? Okay, even if we may be saying it very softly, but if the tone is harsh, the child is able to catch it. So it is very important, the kind of expressions that are coming on our face, our body language. If a child is coming to us with some problem, a 2-3 year old child, maybe they are the ones who went first time to the to the school, to the play school, and they face something and they want to share it with you as a parent. And if they see you with with a frown on your face and or a angry look on your face, you did not say anything, but they are able to read the expressions, and in fact they are able to read better than elders. Maybe they'll not come to you and tell their problem. So it's very important how we deal with through, not only through our words, but through our expressions and all these things. Okay, is all criticism bad? What about constructive criticism? Criticism. Now, criticism, actually, we are actually using the word as a constructive criticism. But what does it actually means? What is constructive criticism? Are we telling the child like, no, you are doing this in a wrong way, and you should do it in this way? Now, the very first statement has been told that you are doing it wrong. Now, the child has caught that. Okay, maybe I'm doing wrong, or even worse, let's take it worse. I think you are not able to handle this thing properly. You should try doing some other project. Maybe the child was trying to make some project work, and you said, I think it's not possible for you to do this project work. You should do something. Okay, we gave them option. Okay, you can do something else. But is this a constructive criticism? Instead of telling the child directly that you will not be able to do this, or this is wrong, or something like that, it will be better to say that I think you're trying too hard, but probably something else will work for you. I think if you try doing this will come out as better for you. You are trying out this project, but maybe another project will be more better one. You will be able to show your better work in that project. So constructive criticism, although we call it as constructive criticism, but again, how the child is inferring the words, that is very important, rather than what we are saying. We may be feeling that we are telling the correct thing to the child, but is the child able to take that thing in the correct way? That is what we have to keep in mind. How do we handle others' reaction to your child's behavior? Now, definitely this is a very challenging thing. We can handle our own reaction. We can, instead of reacting, we can respond. But every time handling maybe others may not be able to convey the same way to the child. Now, in this case, what will happen? Definitely the child will feel anger. The child will feel frustrated if someone has said something to him. So it is very important, first of all, to let the child express his feelings. Let the child say out what he's saying. And then it is very important to reciprocate his feelings. It is very important to tell the child, yes, I can understand. You're not feeling good because your friend said such words to you. It must be really hurtful for you that your friend said like this to you. Now, the child is understanding that, okay, you are understanding his feelings. Because it's not possible always to tell others to how to react, or to tell them that you are supposed to respond. That is not possible. But at the same time, the child will understand that, okay, my feelings are being understood. Okay, my parents are understanding my feeling. And then when maybe the child is in a better state, so the same way, if the parents will show them the behavior, how they have to do when someone is telling them something, when someone has told them something, and how they are behaving, so the child will be able to learn that, okay, when there is a situation, when someone is saying something to you which you are not liking, how you are supposed to behave. So it is actually the parents' behavior which will be mirrored in the child. But at that moment, it is important to reciprocate the feelings of the child. Instead of telling him, oh, ignore what he's saying, don't. No, it can't be ignored what the child is feeling. It has to be reciprocated by the parent. It has to be understood by the parent. The child should be able to understand that, yes, my parent is understanding what I am feeling. So that is there. Okay. What do you say and how you say matters? Yes, very correct. Constructive criticism helps the child to reflect and strategize. Yes, but again, as I said, criticism, but in what way? Whether it's like, is it in a form of a reaction or is it a response? Whether our criticism is going out in the form of a problem solving way, whether it is telling the child how to deal with the situation, whether it is helping out, rather than pointing out on some flaw. If it is going on in that way, then definitely that criticism, exactly not criticism, but yes, it will be very constructive. How to handle a situation where child compares parents with the current lifestyle? I want to be like someone else, but I'm sorry, I can't listen to you now. It's a little, ma'am, can you elaborate how to handle a situation where child compares parents with the current lifestyle? You mean to say that he's saying that probably the parents are not, maybe they are not as per today's condition, maybe they are not like some other parents? Is that what you mean to say? Yes. Now this is something, I think this is a situation which is faced by most of the teenager parents. Am I right? Where they compare you with other parents. Now, again, this is a very challenging situation. As a parent, you'll feel angry also. How dare you compare me with other parents? I am taking care of you and you are saying other parents are good. Well, again, we have to remember the rule to respond and not to react. Okay, so you feel that your friends' parents are more cool. You feel that they are allowing your friend to go out and party. Yes, it's okay. Maybe they have their own rules. See, every family, every parent have their own rules. And we as a parent, we believe that these are the rules which are supposed to be followed. This is what, okay, even then, if the child doesn't understand, then what to do? Then it's important to talk to the child. Okay, so what is exactly that you're feeling that is missing? What is that you're finding so good about the other parents and what you're not so talk to the child. So maybe the child will come out that, okay, my friend's parents are allowing him to go out and party, but you are not allowing me. You are not doing all these things. Now again, the reaction can be, oh, it is there, they want to do it, I don't want to do it. No, the thing is that the child needs to understand that, yes, it is because maybe the parents are able to, maybe his father is able to go out, maybe if the child is doing a party till 12 o'clock, the father is able to go out and pick him up and do that. But we are not able to, we are not having this situation. We have to come to a conclusion, we have to reach to a solution. You tell me what should be done. You want me to give you the same kind of permission? Is that what you want? So definitely the child may say that, yes, if my friend can get permission, why not me? Now, here it is important that the child should understand that you are also getting certain privileges which your friend may not be getting. You are getting certain things which your friend may not be getting. Then that way, it's okay that there are certain things which the friend's parents want to give to the child, and these are the things which I want to give to give to my child. So it depends from parents to parent. Maybe to your friend those things are cool which you are getting. So communicating with the child and helping the child understand. And yes, sometimes, telling the child, yes, I wish I could give you this opportunity to go out, but I get worried when you are late. It really makes me jittery. I keep on looking at the watch. It makes me anxious. So I wish I could send you. I wanted you to enjoy, but it makes me anxious. So, helping the child to understand that I also wish that I could give you this, but the situation is not allowing me. So that way also the child will be able to understand that thing. But still, the teenagers, many of the teenager, especially the parents of the teenager, they face this problem. And every single teenager has their own different issues. But again, how we communicate to them, how we respond to their problems or the demands, and how we make them understand, that is very, very important. Yes, communicating is very important, and communicating in the right way is important. So I think, yes, we have finished with our time also. So thank you so much, all of you, for being a wonderful audience. And you all gave some very good insights into the session also. So thank you so much.